Welcome back, everyone. This is Jaronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1.6. Today we are starting at episode 29. Alrighty, so there's a couple things we're going to do. I teased out a couple things yesterday, and we're going to try to get to those today. Well, yesterday being last episode. Actually, technically that was yesterday. Anyway, I did a couple of little changes in between episodes. Nothing major, but I figure I'll show you guys. First off, I got a couple extra brains and jars made up. And we now have 2 here with this, and we also have 2 down at the other one. The other thing I did was I changed this tree farm to rubber saplings. That way I can get rubber trees being grown, and that leaves me with rubber saplings. And then I've told this guy to take the rubber wood and the rubber that comes from it and throw them in there. So now the rubber wood is being made into charcoal, and I'm getting raw rubber as well. Gonna need lots of raw rubber over time, so I have got this guy, this farm, now producing rubber. You're gonna need lots of rubber for the for several of the mods, industrial craft and factorization being 2 of them. I'll get into those as time allows. Other minor changes. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to come back downstairs yet. Other minor changes. I changed up my garden a little bit. I don't need as much sugarcane, but I took out all the potatoes, I planted cotton, all wheat, and then added some netherwort on the side just for good measure, and that is all processing as well. So, one of the things I want to do today is I want to get started making steel. Steel is not very easy to come by and takes a while to make, so we're going to go ahead and get some steel production in the works. To do so, we're going to need a blast furnace, and as you might notice, I've got some nether bricks here because, yet again, I did not go back to the nether and go mining in the nether because I don't want to. I don't want to go to a fortress and die. I just took the nether rack that I had, I cooked it into bricks, and now we have nether brick, and we need nether brick for this. We need to make a blast furnace. The blast furnace requires soul sand, nether brick, and magma cream. I don't have any magma cream, actually, but magma cream is simple enough to make. We're going to take some of this, and some of this, and we're going to do this. And now we have magma cream. I'm glad I didn't turn all of my slime body parts into bricks. Although I could always just go downstairs and kill some more slimes. That would not be all that difficult to do. But, you know, saves from having to go do that. So now we've got the bricks. We've got the magma cream. Now we need the soul sand. And we should be able to click it in. 36. Is 36 going to be enough? What did I run out of? Oh, I ran out of the nether brick. Well, let's build this. It is going to be a 3x4x3, and it's going to be hollow. I'm going to put it back here. I carved a hole in the wall right here for future usage of this. I will explain that given some time. Let's see. So we're going to cut out, it's 3x4x3, so that's going to make it exactly the size of this wall. I'd love to say that this is exactly what I plan to do right here, and therefore, you know, built it accordingly. I meant to do that, but the simple fact is I didn't. It just turns out nicely that way. I was looking for a place to put this, and I was like, where in the world am I going to put this thing? It's big, it's bulky, it's going to get in the way of things. And then I walked in here and I went, hey, this room's the perfect size for it. So, yay. Now, if you look at the tooltips here, it says it's a multi-block. It says it's 3x4x3 and that it's hollow. So it is telling us all that we need to know, basically, to build it 4 tall in a 3x3 structure and to leave the center empty. Boom. And, wow, before I could even say it. Normally when I put a multi-block down, I say, there's lava inside it? That's kind of funny. I say multi-block form! And there it is. Alright, so now we have a blast furnace. Normally you could run more than one of these if you want to make things work faster. I'm not all that worried about having things work faster, so we are going to run just the one. Alright, so now we can put these other pieces of blast furnace. I may make another one later. That's why I wasn't worried about making an extra. And besides, you can't exactly make an exactly even number of these. It just doesn't work. Alright, don't need you, or 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 you. And I'll sort the rest of this stuff later when you guys don't have to watch. Alright, so let's see. Now we want to make it so that both this blast furnace has stuff being put into it to keep it functioning and taken out of it to keep it functioning. So making steel is going to require iron, and it is going to require a fuel source, specifically coal or charcoal. Ironically enough, I've got plenty of charcoal. You know, I'm not sure if you can use anything other than that or not. Anyway, I'm coloring this in to make it one of my auto sort chests, because that's where we're going to do with the output from the blast furnace. But for now, we're going to handle the input. Now, I brought that up so I could bring this up. In between episodes, I made it so that my dynamos here, my steam dynamos, would constantly be supplied with charcoal. I did that by running impulse item duct under the floor, over through here, and out the back of the deep storage unit, as you can see right here. And that is keeping this with charcoal coming through, and it is keeping these full of charcoal. Now, you might wonder, how did I just do that? These are here, but it looked like it was normal. What I did was I made covers. And I'll cover covers, haha, here in just a minute, when we get to using them for this particular build. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to shift right click this right here, giving that the input to there. And then we are going to also, while we're standing right here, cut this out, and we are going to put another one here. We're going to put the chest here for sorting, and we're going to get my wrench, and we're going to say, you're going out this way. Here, have a pneumatic servo, so that you can do what I want you to do. Now we're going to configure this to pull things out, and now anything that comes in here, any completed products, will be pulled out and sent into the auto sort chest. So that takes care of that section of this. Now, so we don't have to worry about coming back in here again, we are going to come and place this stuff here, and this is going to be, let's see, I think that's the right barrel. Whoops. Whoops. Did I just lock myself in? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to walk over here and make sure that, yes, this indeed is the iron ingots barrel. So now I'm going to have to be careful about this, otherwise I'm going to wind up using up all my ingots. And, well, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world to use up all my ingots, because I can always just set my bots to go get more. But we're not going to need that much steel, I don't think, anyway. Anyway, so let's see. So now we need an empty hand. We can configure this to ignore redstone. So now, if we check, we should see Is it because it's a barrel it won't let me pull from the back? I think it is. Ignored. Whitelist. Iron. That's interesting. I thought you could pull from barrels from the back. Matter of fact, I was like 16 kinds of sure of it. Interesting. how am I going to fix this? Well, we can try putting it on the bottom, and maybe we can pull from the bottom of the barrel. Let's try that. Servo. Ignored. Directional change. Whoops. Alrighty, and connect. Well, if that's the case, then we should be able to do this. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why this isn't doing right. Impulse item ducts. Around the corner. Closest inventory. It should be pulling this out and sticking it in over there. I don't know why it would not be. Well, well, I guess the other thing we can do is to just try to ignore this completely. And instead, this is actually probably going to be better off that I do it this way, but I really would have preferred to have not had done it this way, but that's okay. We will cut into this right here. And we will put a chest here that we can then have it pull from. This actually won't be too bad of a thing because this way only what I put in this chest will get turned into steel, and that way I won't accidentally use up too much of my supplies. So yeah, but I liked having it in the corner like this. I think it looked better this way. Well, I can still work with this. Okay, so put the servo in, flip that, tell it to ignore. I want it to pull one at a time just because. And now I should be able to come over here. Pull way too much iron out. But still be able to go boom. And there it goes. Excellent. Okay, so that does work. I guess it was because I couldn't pull out of the barrel from that side. That's fine. Alright, so now that we have that going, we need to get some charcoal over here as well. Well, it just so happens I have charcoal right here that is currently being piped into my engines. So I am going to just go ahead and extend this. We should be coming up underneath that thing. Blast furnace. Excellent. So we'll put that there. And oh, no, wait a minute. We don't want to do that. So then we're going to bring it down. And we should be able to come over here. Attach this to this, and now we should, here in just a second, have charcoal show up here. Anytime now. There we go. Pulling charcoal one piece at a time. Why did it stop at 5? Okay, there we go. Alright, good. So now this is going to keep this full, and that's going to keep everything functioning in the way that I want it to. So now anytime I need steel, I can just come over here and I can turn into a bat. And they undid my bat favorite again. I wish they would quit doing that. Favorite and change. So I'm going to go under here real quick, fill in this gap, because I really can't stand there being like these huge gaps that lead places. And now we can fill this part in. And here we go. So, before, covers. Covers make it so that it looks normal even though there's stuff behind it. I don't like the idea. I want to be able to feed coal to my dynamos and keep them going, but at the same time, I don't want to have to see this like this. I want it to look like a nice, clean wall. And I can do that by using covers. I'm also going to use some covers over here to try to make this continue to look pretty. So, since I have to make some more covers anyway, I can go ahead and show you guys how it's done. First off, you need to make a saw, and saws are simple. You can make them out of any number of different materials: golden saw, peridot, ruby, diamond, iron, stone. You know, it's all a matter of durability. The better the material, the higher the durability. So in my equips chest, I have my diamond saw because I already have one. And let's see, I'm going to need to not be a bat for a minute. And I'm going to need some blocks. So depending on what you want the block to look like is what you use the saw on. So since we are using just normal everyday stone bricks, that's what we're going to use the saw on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the saw and put it here. Then we're going to take the stone brick, which I'm only going to do a couple because I don't need that many. Oh, that's probably going to make more than I need. So you cut it and you wind up with slabs. Okay, then you take the slabs and you cut those again and you wind up with panels. And then you take the panels and you cut them again and you wind up with covers. So you take the covers and now you can actually just place the covers and they will cover up the sides of things. Now, if you look, you can actually see that there's a little piece here that's showing you where it's going to be. And when you know, a little outlay. And when you, whoops, no. You gotta be careful where you put these because when I placed that there, not only did it look wrong, but it actually put a piece there that blocked those pipes from connecting. They no longer connect correctly. So we place these like this, and now that all looks nice and pretty. The other thing is that I didn't really need to do that, but I just felt like it. The other thing you have to consider is that things are going to look different with pipes coming into them. Sorry, need to get a drink right there. So, to put a cover, see, you can see back through here. That's what I'm saying. You look through here and it doesn't look right. So, you want to be able to put something there and make it look good, but without you being able to, without blocking off the actual path that things are going to travel. So, to do that, you take your covers and you place them around like this, and it gives you a hollow stone brick cover. So in this case, it's actually a cover, but it looks like there's actually a brick. Like that. So now, it actually is still there. If you look really closely, you can see that that's still going through it. But from a distance, it just looks like a chest sitting in the wall. So that is going to make this look a lot prettier. So that gets things going on that side of things. And now we can place that there, and now you just have a chest here. Now, eventually I'll come by with a sign, and I'll mark that, and it'll say, you know, this chest is for ingots to make steel, or whatever. Iron, steel production, iron supply. I don't know. I'll make it say something that'll be worthwhile. Alright, so let's check this thing. It should have done, cooked at least one, and it should have, and there's nothing there, so it should be over here exactly where I want it to be. So, excellent. I have no need to be back here, probably ever again. So I'm going to backfill so I don't have a bunch of empty holes behind me. Alright, now that, whoops, okay, I'll do that later. Y'all don't need to see that anyway. Now I'll put this back here so that looks normal on that side. And then just to show you guys how this can work, we'll put this here, here, here. Why won't it place? Oh, it won't place because this is here currently. Okay. How about now? Now. Oh, I wasn't shift clicking. Dummy. Oh boy. Alrighty, now I gotta try to fix this stupid thing. Servo. Close. Ignore. Whitelist. Torches. Not that there will ever be anything else in that chest but torches, but still the point remains the same. Alright, so now we're making steel. We had 4 steel previously in here, and we are up to 6, or is that 9? That's 9. We're up to 9 steel. So excellent, we're going to need plenty of that in the time to come. So, what we need to do now is consider our next step. So I want to start making some industrial craft power, which is electrical units. And I could do it with charcoal. I could use charcoal in a generator, but I'd have to make a big old bank of generators, and it's just not as good a thing. And besides, I want to step it up. I don't want to use charcoal for everything. I mean, I technically could, but why would I? So we need to go and do some new source of power. The new source of power that I'm going to choose to use is going to be lava. I'm going to use lava because I actually want to get a constant lava supply for other reasons, and as long as I'm going to go ahead and do that, I might as well go ahead and make use of it in this case. The other thing I want to do is make a new sword. I lost that sword so long ago, and I still haven't replaced it, and it's actually fairly hilarious that I haven't, actually. But before we can go and do something with lava, we need to make some stuff that's going to help us out. The first thing we're going to make is a liquid transport device called an ender tank. Whatever. Ender tank, there we go. Ender tanks work just like ender chests, only with liquid instead of items. You color them, and as long as they're color-coded the same, one chest is linked to the other. So you can be filling the one tank. You can be filling one tank with lava on one side, and then the same tank on the other side can be draining that lava out into where you want it to be. So I'm going to need a bunch of these, and I think I should be able to make a bunch of these, because eventually I will have a very large number of them, let's just put it that way. I need some obsidian. Ooh, I'm going to run out of obsidian soon. But that should be everything. Oh, the cauldrons. Need cauldrons. Alrighty, so we're going to make a cauldron. Or 9. And now we should be able to shift-click this in and make 8 ender tanks. Excellent. Alright, so we'll put the extra cauldron in machine parts, since that's kind of what it is. And we'll put the rest of this stuff out of here. So the next thing we're going to do is, now that we have something that will transport them back and forth, now I could technically take this ender tank and I could go to the nether, place it down, and hand fill it with bucket after bucket after bucket of lava. But I don't want to stand there. Do you want to stand there? You want to watch me stand there? You don't want to watch me stand there. I know you don't. So we want a pump. Now, if you've played this before, you know that your basic pump, that you can do a basic pump, which is this one right here from Buildcraft Factory. It used to just be Buildcraft, but they got to name everything else. And you can just do a normal mining well plus tank equals pump. And then you use like redstone engines or something to power it. I don't really want to go that direction. I've done it before. I want to use this. I want to use an Enderthermic pump. Enderthermic pumps are pretty cool. It's hard to exactly say how they work without just showing you, so I'm just going to show you. We're going to need a bucket of water, a bucket of lava, an eye of ender, an iron pickaxe, a diamond, and some ender-infused obsidian. Now, previously, this used to just be normal obsidian, and therefore, okay, 4 obsidian plus an ender pearl equals ender-infused obsidian, and we need 4 of those. Okay, so we need 4 obsidian and an ender pearl. I have 5 obsidian left, really? Awesome. Alrighty, so we're going to need 1 more pearl. Ender-infused obsidian, okay. So now we're going to need an iron pickaxe, which I'll have to make. We should have the buckets around. I just might have to fill them specifically with water and lava. Although I should have them just ready to roll. I put this little window here to let light in downstairs, and so I can see down there, and every time I walk past it, I think I'm going to fall in. It's hilarious. It really is. Okay, there's the bucket. There's lava. There's the bucket of water. And now we're going to need to make an iron pickaxe. We're going to need to put away this wool because I don't want it in my hands anymore. I swear I just pulled 3 iron and not 4. Why do I have 4 in my hands? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so now we're going to make the iron pickaxe. Now, this could be made with a bunch of different things. Iron pickaxe doesn't have to be what it is. I'm sure, I've been told that you can change it in the configurations for the game to make it a diamond one or pretty much anything, actually. But we're not going to go there. So, speaking of diamond, yoink. And then we're going to need an Eye of Ender, which fairly soon, no, wait a minute. I know I didn't use all my blaze powder, did I? Oh, wow, I did. Whatever. Fairly soon, I'm going to want to find the end. I'm going to want to find the portal to the end and go there so I can do fun stuff in the end. Normally, I get killed by the dragon, and that'll make a funny episode, you guys watching me get my butt shot off. That ought to be hilarious. Bingo! 1 Enderthermic pump. Okay, oh cool, it didn't take the buckets, it just took the stuff. Alright, so the Enderthermic pump, there's more than one reason to use this actually, and I'm going to tell you all of them, eventually. Well, you can, whereas I don't think that you can power it with the redstone, engines. I don't think you can power it with the redstone engines. You can power it with one of these cells, and one of these cells will get you quite a long way. So this is the way I'm choosing to do this. I like the idea of using the Enderthermic pump just because I've never used it before, and there, that connects that back. So reasons to use the Enderthermic pump, right? Don't mind me, I'm just lost. So, let me put some stuff away real quick, and while I do, I'll tell you about it. Using the Enderthermic pump is going to, first off, going to chunk load only the necessary area for it to pump lava. Normally, you would have to take the normal pump out there, and you'd have to take a chunk loader with it, and when you take the chunk loader with it, you have to set it up for how far off you want it to go, and then it starts removing lava source blocks based on how far out you have it set. So this does not do that. This actually loads only the chunks necessary to keep itself alive and to pump lava. So I will demonstrate this by heading off to the nether and setting it up to go. Whoops, I forgot I changed this. My nether portal is closer at hand now. Alrighty, so we're going to swing past here. I'm going to look and see how many wither skeletons I have. For those of you who are wondering what I mean about having wither skeletons, when I came through here earlier when I had the portal gun, I left a skeleton spawner that was from the overworld in here, and in here it has a large percentage chance of spawning wither skeletons instead of normal skeletons, but it can also spawn normal skeletons, as you can clearly see. This has been a really cool place for me to go and harvest wither skeleton skulls and all kinds of other good stuff like that. So I'm very glad that I happened to move that spawner out here, although I hadn't planned all this stuff in the meantime. But now we got all this really cool stuff that I can do here and have fun with doing this. And don't do it. Haha, you missed me. Okay. So, setting up the Enderthermic pump. What we want to do is we want to go down here. You have to be at lava level. Okay? You don't want to, you can't set it up. Now, the other pump, the normal pump, you can set it off up here and it will go all the way down to lava level for you. But in this case, you need to be at lava level when you set up the pump to begin with. So that's not that big a thing for me. You know, if it becomes a problem for you, you know, maybe you want to use the other pump. That might be a better way to go for you. But for me, I'm doing this. Okay, so you need to set the pump up at the level that the lava is. In this case, right here will do just fine. So there's the pump. Now we're going to take the ender tank and we're going to put it up on top of here. Now the ender tank has this dial in the front. As you can see, you can flip the dial. Whatever side is facing up is what mode it's in. Right now it's blue is facing up, and as with everything else, blue is input. If you flip the dial, it goes to orange. Orange is output. So you want it on input, that way it will take in lava that is being pumped into it. Now, we're going to place this stuff down. I don't know if you actually need the energy conduit, but I use it just because I don't know. And wow, that was actually already done. So now, as you can see, it is, wow, already full. Holy crap, that was fast. To fill the ender tank, and that was actually, takes quite a few buckets. I've never actually measured it out, nor do I remember what they said it would be. To go from the 10 million RF that was in here, it did not use hardly that much at all. Well, actually, it did use a good little bit more than I thought it would. But still, every now and then I'll have to come back here and change this cell out depending on how fast I use it. Anyway, so the endothermic pump detects lava around it as long as it's one level below where the pump is, and therefore pumps it in. As you can see right here, we now have stone. This stone goes all the way down to the very bottom of the lava, wherever that is. Whether it's 2 blocks deep or whether it's 20 blocks deep, it should go all the way down to the bottom. So now it pumped those source blocks out like you were standing here with a bucket and filled the ender tank with lava. Now the other ender tank in my hand and even in my hotbar shows that it's full of lava. So now I should be able to just fly away and go back to home. And now I should have, other than every now and then changing that battery out, an infinite source of lava. So now what we're going to do is, just to test this theory, we're going to go back over here, and I don't need to be a bat anymore for this. And we're going to tell this ender tank to output lava, and I'm going to put it up over here and make it so that my smeltery now has lava forever. So there's no pipes necessary to pipe from the ender tank into an adjacent liquid-filled inventory. You can put them there if you want to. It will output to pipes, but if you don't want to, it should, now I haven't tested this, but it should, in theory, when I flip this, fill this entire thing. And look at it go. Now, it should be emptying the ender tank because the tank doesn't have that much lava, but instead of emptying, it's just staying full because it's being filled from the other side. So now, I don't actually have to use these portable tanks. I can actually put the ender tank directly on top of this valve. Or actually, I wouldn't even need this fluid duct. I could just put it directly next to the tank and it would automatically fill the tank directly. But I like this for now. I'll leave it like this. So now we have an ender tank that is permanently filling this with lava. So that is our infinite source for lava, and this is the end of the episode. So this is Jeronitis signing off. Give me a like if you want to. Subscribe to me. Send me a comment. Let me know what you think. Any suggestions are welcome. Try to be constructive in your criticism, please. You know, maybe. Next episode, we're going to start making and storing electricity, or in this case, electrical units, EU, for industrial craft. So, this is Jeronitis signing off, and remember to help spread the gaming.